All right, so I hope you got to view the tips and tricks on how to sugar a little bit better and what's important for the health of your arm over your long career, I would hope. Now I'm going to show you how to save your back, your neck, your shoulders, because we have a tendency in the industry to always bend over. And my chiro from many, many years ago told me one thing is you have to, if you feel you have to bend, instead work your quads and start using your, bend and keep your back as straight as you can to do your technique. Now, obviously, this is way too low. So if you can afford, I highly recommend everyone to have one of these hydraulic beds. It's just very convenient. Even if your client is already on there, you can, they could be larger, taller, whatever it is. And this just helps you gauge it to where you need to be the most comfortable. So I don't want it where my arm has to really reach out either. So I do it so that it comes to a point where I'm comfortable. So now let's say this is as high as it went, or you have a bed that's always the standard. Still need a little bit more bending of the knees so that I can sugar this way. Yeah, that's it. So take care of your back, work your quads. This is good exercise as you're doing your work, right? And keep form. And another thing that chiro also told me is to take your sternum and keep it up. So don't do this. If you keep your sternum up to the sky, everything should fall loosely. And I won't go into all the mechanical problems I had to deal with, but as soon as I do this, whether I'm walking or doing any chores at home or even sugaring, as soon as I do this, my whole back and shoulders go exactly. I don't have to force shoulders back. You said that's unnatural, right? So I don't do that anymore. I just lift my sternum and drop everything else, and you can feel the comfort. From there, you bend your legs and you sugar away. So another thing I want to show you that can help your body mechanics as you get through your day of sugaring, I always have a stool. This is not the right one. I would get one that spins easier, but I want to show you. So let's say you're doing a big job like those legs, right? I know most people in sugaring say, I hate doing legs, but I'm here to tell you that once you do them 3 times, the job is super easy, super fast. But let's say it is a long job of standing up. You can always get a stool that's the right height, something height that you can manually adjust for the height that you need. And this would be perfect for me. Let's say there was a leg here. Again, sternum up so that I'm not leaning forward or crunching forward. So sternum up. I don't sit right on the chair, just on the edge, just like some people who work at desks all day, they get these kinds of things so that, and the stand-up desks as well, so that you learn to keep your posture the right way. All it does is it removes all the stress that you would otherwise be putting on your body. So I just sit on my stool and I begin, but not crouched. You have to keep that sternum up, which aligns your back, and you just sugar. If you have something that's on wheels, better than this one, you move along as you need to continue. And then just take it over, wheel it over to the other side. It's just another simple way to be mindful of your body, the mechanics of your body as you do these long treatments all day long. So another thing I noticed for the body mechanics, not so much, I've not critiqued on it because I've been focused on technique, but some videos, because we do a lot of online academy training, and some videos you see the girls are really, it's like their arm is stuck to and they're really in there. And what happens is you're stressing this area, especially if you're sugaring like this, right? So whether you're sugaring this way or see, as soon as I do this ergonomically correct positioning, it releases a lot of tension in my arm. So I'm just going to show it that way. So they're sugaring like this, but if you simply give yourself more room between the space you're about to, whether it's the bikini, the underarm, or the legs, it doesn't matter. Give yourself a little extra room so that you have a natural flow. There's nothing should be stuck. As soon as I put my arm here, I can feel the stress in my arm. Okay, so we'll be right back because we're going to switch our camera around because I want to show you how to deal with your handicap side arm. And it does happen. I don't know if it happens as much with waxing, but in sugaring, everybody feels like they have a handicap side because of our hand positioning. Okay, so let's say you have a client here and you just finished the leg on that side and you're right-handed. Your handicap will be this side, or even for the bikini. If you're left-handed, the right side will be your handicap. So a lot of people try to do the legs both from that side, and you can, but if you learn to work your body, you'll be okay. So let's say this is the leg. A lot of people feel like they have to really, again, it's that arm being close to the body. But if you just turn yourself a bit, bend your legs, bend their leg like so, you'll have this fluidity. Again, because the inside of the thigh, right? Sometimes it's this way. But the whole point is to use your natural body mechanic to keep very fluid. The same with the bikini. This side is very easy because, here's the thighs and you can work it very easy, especially with our step 1 ergonomically positioned hand. But on this side, you have the underwear, the thigh, right? Or the garment they're wearing for their treatment. And if you come to the skin like this, you don't see what's happening here, and you could be spreading that sugar more than you want to and going onto the garment. So there's a couple of things you can do. You start from the outer thigh, right, and work your way in. When you get close to the bikini line or the garment, is instead of going here where you can't see, simply reposition your fingers because it's still keeping it where it'll be parallel. You can do the molding this way, and this will guide you. This will guide you right next to the underwear or the garment so that you don't get on top. And then when you're ready to remove it, you can still do your removal this way. Might take a little more practice on your part, or you can go right on it because you've already placed the line where it stops and then remove it this way. These are such simple things that if we're conscious of every single day, will make a tremendous difference in our professional career, personal body health. Because I've seen so many women, I'm sure there's some men out there too, but so many women estheticians or anyone who does beauty treatments suffer. They're seeing physiotherapists, they cut back their hours. I think the most important thing for us is that we make sure we take care of ourselves as well. And these 3 simple tips, as simple as they might seem to you, make a world of difference to us. So I hope you try to make that difference in your life. So please don't forget to subscribe if you want to keep learning more tips and tricks to our industry.